Hello everyone, my name is Josh and I'm an award-winning video editor that reacts to music videos, movie clips, and more. And today I'm digging into behind the scenes of Lavender Haze by Taylor Swift. I'm extremely excited to start this behind the scenes series. I'm sure that there's just a lot to talk about. This stuff I absolutely love, and I can't wait to pinpoint some things to kind of explain how they're doing things or why they're doing things. So I'm excited to get into this, and I hope you are too. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yes. Yeah. Well, we made it to 4 seconds. All right. So, and it's funny because this is like, it says most replayed right here. So there is a lot to talk about right here. I mean, I could probably spend a good 30 minutes just talking about this alone. Here we have a blue screen. So there's a reason why they chose a blue screen over a green screen. So it's an interchangeable screen that kind of does the same thing. So it's purely meant for chroma keying. Obviously, everyone knows that in this scene, if you've seen the music video, in this scene, she appears, I believe, in space with like the koi fish and all that kind of stuff. The reason why they chose blue here is because it actually has a different luminosity than the green screen. So there's this thing called light spill, and I know you video editors already kind of know this kind of stuff, but light spill happens whenever light hits a green screen and the light reflects off of the green screen and shines onto the subject. The subject being Taylor Swift here. She would have had a green tint kind of around the edges of like her skin tones and everything. So the reason why they chose blue is because whenever the light hits a blue screen and is evenly lit, there is a smaller chance of a blue reflection going onto her skin tones, and even if there was, it would look a lot more natural than a vibrant green, you know? So, and also this is Lavender Haze. So even if there was some sort of light spill, I'm sure it probably wouldn't be a bad thing. So as you can see here, they have that big soft light right here that was shining through the window. Number one. Number two, they have what seems to be two warmer lights shining onto the floor and shining onto her to separate her from and kind of the set piece away from the blue screen itself. So, and then we also see some smoke coming in, a fan going right here. You know, there's a lot going on. If you look at the scene, and you can see that there's actually a big cloud in the middle of the room, which actually blocks the blue chair there. And so maybe, you know, they knew that was going to happen, so they didn't really have to worry about the blue chair and all that. But we also see, going back to these lights right here, the warmer tone lights, I believe one of them was actually meant to kind of represent the sun. So that's why these are okay with being in the shot, you know, just chroma key, give just a big glow to it, and then boom, you're done. So this set piece is awesome too. It looks like these are just set on like big hinges that they just collapsed whenever somebody just clicked a button. But yeah, I mean, I love this set piece. It is awesome.
Cut.
That was awesome.
We are walking to set, day 3. About to go
Day
say hello
3.
to Leif Ashley, who is the actor playing the love interest guy. Hello. It's so nice
Oh,
to
here's
meet
the-
you. I'm Taylor.
Hands are wet from the draw.
I find it funny that like she still introduced herself. Like, I'm sure he probably knows who she is, but yeah. So this set piece right here is just, it's awesome. I love it. So right here, going left to right, we have the practical light that we see a lot during the actual music video itself, just to give that warmer tone, that contrast with the blues. And then right here, there's the blue screen, and you can just, it would be quite easy to make that either daytime or nighttime. So right here in the music video, we can see that it's kind of like a starry night right here. So that was easily replaceable with that blue screen. And then we also have that really soft, what looks like a moonlight going on here. So that is created by that really soft light. And you can tell that there's that just ray coming in. Awesome. Absolutely love it. So, and then we see at the top right here, that it is another big, soft, very, very diffused light. And you can see the little squares right there. So those actually are meant to direct light. So instead of it just being a wide open light that's really soft, it would just really brighten the room up a lot. They don't want that to happen. They want it to be a more direct, soft light. And that is achieved by attaching this, attachment to it that just kind of contains the light in a way. So yeah.
No, you're all good. You're gonna do lots of fun stuff, but this is gonna be really boring, which is a great first scene, because if it's, this, Last time we see you is I'm like laying in front of the TV in this room. It's like very 70s room, middle of the night, can't sleep. I'm wearing like a fur coat and a bra.
Okay, so this is awesome. So something that doesn't usually happen is something like this, where the director is quite literally laying right next to the actor or actress saying like, hey, this is what the scene's gonna look like. And so you want an actor to realize what the scene is gonna look like, because if they don't, it's gonna be a little bit harder to achieve what is, in the director's mind and all of that. So the fact that she's laying there explaining this to him is an awesome technique, because not only is he now knowing what the shot's going to look like, but she's also in that same shot, and so he can visualize it more. The fact that she's doing this and is at the same level as him and like just experiencing this with him is a whole different technique that I think is great. It's awesome.
And
fashion.
Yeah, we had to give it a fashion moment.
Yeah.
But like a scraggly fur coat,
Yeah.
It's not real fur,
Okay.
because we're not, heathens.
I didn't expect for her to share anything with me, because I was like, I'm kind of...
Oh, yeah, see, he didn't even expect it either. I'm sure this guy's been on a lot of different sets and everything like that, and the fact that he's sitting here saying, I wasn't expecting her to do this, that's really cool.
Just here for the... I don't want to say a prop, but I kind of just a model, but she went into detail as to what my role was in the video, so I'm really just happy to be a part of it. She was just so warm and down to earth. Just a regular person like everybody else.
That's really cool.
So in this one, what we're gonna do in a bit is I'm gonna sort of, like, you're sleeping facing this way, and I'm gonna sort of like brush my hand across your back. As I do in post, we're gonna add like sort of like as my hand grazes.
Look at this. All right, well, here's another like hour and a half worth of me explaining things, but I will try to make this short. And so let me just quickly run through what we're seeing here. So right here at the top left, you see a 48, and kind of in the parentheses we see the 23.98. I believe that's what that says. It should. So right there, that's frames per second. So you might be familiar with that term, but right here, a lot of film and a lot of music videos and everything like that, cinematography just in general, that is kind of the default for that. And the reason why is because it almost gives it like a almost like a slower motion in a way, but it's not more jittery, but it's just more cinematic. It just gives it less motion blur, so it's more cinematic. So as we go to the right here, we see the shutter angle. So right here, shutter angle is 270. So they want this to have a little bit more blur, I guess. So usually it's 180. Or twice as much, if we're not going with the angle, we're doing twice as much as what you're filming in the frame rate. So right here, they're using an angle in 270. So they're giving it just this like kind of more blur to make it just a little bit more natural. And that right there is the shutter angle. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just skip a couple and just try to keep it simple and quick here. We're gonna skip over to this one right here that says 4300. So that is the Kelvin, the white balance of what they're shooting this at. So it is kind of mixed lighting here. So they're gonna kind of want to keep it in the middle. So in post, you know, they can kind of go either way. That's a little bit more leeway, but 4300 is just how cool or warm the shot is. Obviously DC in, that just means the thing is plugged into a DC, like a wall. So obviously down here they are recording, and then this is showing the formatting. We go to the next screen here, that is the color parade, that is showing not only the brightness of the shot, as we can see it is quite dark relative to what it is here, but it also shows the white balance. So you want these three to be pretty leveled unless you're going for a different style. That's why they're shooting in 4300. It's white balance. And then speaking of brightness here, we go to the next screen, and this actually shows, according to different colors, what the brightness is of lighting. So you know, this shows skin tones, this shows lights just in general. This kind of shows whether or not something is blown out or is just correctly lit. This person is possibly like operating this as she passes across it, maybe. But yeah, that's kind of just digging in a little here, so.
Your back, it paints like a galaxy on your back, and I'm gonna be like looking at it like, whoa.
Awesome camera.
Cut. Moving on now, today we have this scene where we've built like a dream room. Like this room looks, I want to live in this.
Yeah.
And the flowers start growing up in this room and like overtaking this room. It's crazy if you see underneath the stage, underneath the floor, they have strings underneath each flower. I'm gonna crawl in reverse. Cool. I'm not trying to brag.
Yep. Okay. So this shot, I'm excited to see this right here. Okay, yeah. All right, so this shot was awesome in the music video. We have a lot to dig into here. So right here, we got the practical that obviously makes an appearance in the video. This right here, again, we go into this soft light that has those little sections right there. That is to completely direct that light to something specific. They don't want to shine it on the wall. They want to shine it in front of it. You know, they have to light the couch and, you know, all that stuff. So, but they still want that dark vibe against the wall, that deep purple. So, and then over here we see the light, that there's a big light over here that's creating those rays that go across the room and shining against the wall here. And then we also have a light on the other side of this that's really diffused. So, and then we have a light coming straight from the TV onto her. And we can see here underneath, it is actually a platform. So those strings that she's talking about are pulling them down. And so the reason why she is going in reverse here, if they were to pull those, the flowers up and they were starting from the ground, they would kind of just pop up like as they were, you know, going up. And so that wouldn't be a very natural look if they were actually growing out of the ground. So the way that they have it done is that they have strings underneath and they're pulling them all down. And so if they want it to grow, obviously you have to reverse the footage. Therefore, she has to go backwards. So it's so well done. And then obviously we actually have another light up here that's being scrimmed off with a flag. So, and what I mean by that is they don't want that light shining in specific areas. So they're gonna put this big black flag right here to actually make sure the light doesn't shine against that, but they still want to use it for other things. And then obviously the camera on a pretty intense looking tripod, but this whole set piece is just, it's freaking awesome. Absolutely love it.
They have strings underneath each flower. I'm gonna crawl in reverse. Cool. I'm not trying to brag, but I am amazing at backwards crawling.
Yeah. Do you see his reaction? Like he's like, wait, is she actually like serious? Like, but then you can kind of hear her laugh. So.
Look at that. And I've established that I need to take the jacket off before I crawl across the floor, because this crawling is giving blue bear. Like that's an animal. Guys, we're clapping for anyone who had anything to do with the flowers.
All of us, I think.
and then the real
All
wild
of
card
us.
is gonna be the powder party. And then we're gonna explode into this powder party later. This like, not, I mean, you say so.
Oh my gosh, powder party. Did you see the actor's face whenever she said that? Look at his face again.
Not, I mean, you say so.
His eyebrows like kind of go down like, wait, what'd she say? Like what?
Not, I mean, you say so. You say 70s powder party. We have this special effects, beautiful. It's gonna be gorgeous later.
So right here is the ending part of the music video, and I think it was really cool the way that they did that. And so here they have a guy operating a gimbal or a steady cam, and so and it's with weights and the camera's on top and everything like that. But they also have it bagged off to make sure none of the powder gets in the system and like all that jazz. So they have a really nice setup here. Even he's wearing like a raincoat. Like are they? I don't remember anything like getting wet, but anyway. So yeah, the scene in particular is really cool. I wonder how they. Oh, it comes out of the ground. That's really cool. That's awesome. And so, as you can see in the music video, it is it's a slower motion. They filmed this at a higher frame rate so they could cut that down in half or even more to give it that slow-mo look and everything like that. But is she? Whoa! So she actually jumped out of frame and came back into it. Wow, that's impressive. Wow, that's really cool.
We got more than enough for a million music videos, right? No. This is exactly what I hoped it would look like.
Yeah, that whole ending scene, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. They just had a lot of purple lights going while the powder was going up and everything like that. So, and it was all in slow-mo. So everyone, that was my reaction to Lavender Haze, the behind the scenes. There is just a lot to dissect there, and I could have gone on a lot longer, but if all of her videos, or her behind the scenes videos of her music videos are like this, I can't wait to dig into more of them. So if you guys like this content and like me going behind the scenes just to kind of explain some certain video techniques and production techniques that they're using, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate you tuning in, and until next time, guys.